Hey everyone, guess what? We are here with Dave Lee. Dave Lee, guess what he
Yeah.
does? He did cardboard sessions, if you don't know it. I was like just checking it out. Super cool. They make instruments out of cardboard and people play music on them. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's true. They totally play music on cardboard instruments. Do you know the backstory a little bit
I
about
don't
about
like
this? Okay,
I
let
read a
me let
little
me
bit of it, but
I know I don't know I wouldn't think that everyone would know the backstory. It's pretty deep. But so I grew up in skateboarding and snowboarding. I do play music. I have a snowboard company called Signal Snowboards for the last 20 years. Um, and so we started making snowboard content in like 2009, 10, where it was called ETT. We would take crazy concepts and build them into snowboards. So, we made the first glass snowboard. That thing did a bunch of views on the internet. We had one time we wanted to do a bass guitar into a snowboard. So we worked with Duff McKagan, and we took Duff McKagan's bass and smashed it and then turned it into a snowboard, and you could actually play it after you wrote it. He was so stoked. Yeah, you can find that episode. So basically, we just kind of were known for like taking wild ideas and then turning into things that you could ride or test, and that was kind of it, dream it, build it, ride it
yeah.
philosophy. So then my neighbor happens to own like the biggest cardboard company in the country, and thought it would be cool to do a cardboard snowboard. We did that. That was fun, but that led to us making this show called Cardboard Chaos, which was is happening now still, but like it was pre-sessions. And that was making, we made a surfboard out of cardboard. We made a skateboard that Tony Hawk rode and tested. That was super sick. And then we like basically walked in the back door with Paul Waller, a custom builder for Fender, and made the first Fender cardboard Strat. That thing did a bunch of bunch of views and then kicked off the whole like Tonewood conversation online. People were like all over the place with it. So it did millions of views. It was right before NAMM back then. It was probably like almost 15 years ago. And so, that opened up budget to go make other things. So we made a drum set with Psy at Masters of Maple. We then went back to Fender and made a bass. We made a Tele recently. And basically we just got done. If you got some real guitar nerds in there, we just finished an acoustic, like a jazz style acoustic arch top, kind of Benedetto style with Gabriel from Echo Park Guitars, who does all like the guitars for Queens of the Stone Age. And that's coming out in like a month or two. But like that, so basically, we made all these instruments. They were awesome. We would have people play them, kick them off, or whatever, and then they went into storage. Pandemic hits. I'm watching like metal shows online with my friends all over the world. We would log in and watch like Talk or some of these other bands play these like empty warehouses, and everyone's on chat. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, when this fucking thing is over, we're pulling these instruments out, and I'm going to start this show called Cardboard Sessions and just invite my friends who play music to play these things. And so I called on John Theodore, who is now the drummer for Queens of the Stone Age, but he grabbed Isaiah Mitchell from Earthless, and he kicked off the first Cardboard Sessions. And it was just like instant. Like as soon as we set them all up, we're all friends. They came to jam, and it just sounded so cool. We put them in a real studio, like in LA, like in Gold Diggers, I think it was, and we record it with a real engineer. And it just sounded so good. We're like, this is it. Like, let's just keep going in this direction. And so that is what you see with Cardboard Sessions now. Like after 3 years, it's been started with Theodore. It's gone through Brad Wilk, Rain Wolf, Billy Gibbons, Keanu Reeves played it with Dogstar,
The Dandy Warhols,
Dandy
fucking
Warhols,
yeah,
yeah,
they're
Marcus
like
King. Like just it's sort of, and every artist is like this weird sort of momentum from the last artist or somebody that we met along the way. The engineer was like, "Oh, who'd be great for this? The Dandy Warhols." And you're like, "Fuck yeah, I love the Dandy Warhols." And so, yeah, I feel really lucky, and I'm really grateful for this thing to kind of be happening, and I'm glad that people are actually starting to check it out a little bit.
dude, I think it's cool as fuck. Like when
Thanks.
when I got the email, I was like, okay, like this sounds weird, but I'm gonna check it out because
Yeah.
like why not, right? Like I'm into
Yeah.
music. And I started going through and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe you think cardboard. I mean, I worked in a factory before. I
Yeah.
know, I'm like, oh, that's
We all
not
get
gonna hold up.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it honestly, like, I think it turned out fucking great. And
Cool, man.
I just got done watching Rain Wolf and Brad Wilk. Like,
So good.
what a cool fucking session that was.
One take too. It was so crazy.
That
Yeah.
what a like
Yeah.
congrats to you for being such an innovator,
Thanks, man.
you
I
know.
honest, yeah, I'm just a honestly, I just get weird ideas, and instead of talking about them, I just do them. Like so that's kind of like the difference. I think everyone's always asking me like, "How'd you come up with this?" I'm like, "Dude, we all come up with crazy ideas, right?" Like I just decide to do them, and
Yeah.
then whether they're cool or not is in the up to everyone else. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, and it's a lot of fun. I think that the instruments are made really well. Like people a lot of times want to know, like when they say, "Oh, they're cardboard instruments." Oh, yeah, but you use like resin in the cardboard, and we're like, "Yeah, man, like we want them to hold up." They're bioresins and stuff like that, but um, it started off like as like a project to just think differently, kind of think like if you can innovate with cardboard, you could probably innovate with just about any material. I mean, I've grown up with guitars that are made out of plexiglass, beer cans. Like, I'm not like, I mean, I think we've all seen plenty of different styles of guitars. So
Oh yeah.
it's not like, we're trying to make this for production and replace wood or anything. It's just at the end of the day, getting cool people together, making some cool content and letting the music speak for itself. I mean, honestly, as a fan of music, and the reason why I like this so much or this idea was because I was trying to really capture that spark when you put like two artists together and they build something in the moment. Now that was like kind of the first year of it. That's why Theodore and Isaiah and then Brad Wilk and Rain Wolf, like we were able to pair like some really, basically they were artists that wanted to play together but didn't have a venue to do it. And but now it's kind of, it's expanded and like Marcus King will come in and bring his whole band and just play like, three songs off the album before it drops or something. That's cool too. Like shit happens, right? We evolve and but yeah, I'm psyched on it, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's been getting out there a little bit more. Um we have I think I don't know if it's come out yet, but we just did one with Dweezil Zappa. He's kind of like the classic, the perfect guy to play a cardboard guitar, honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, his
So,
dad fucking played a bicycle, dude.
I
Like,
know totally. So I was just like, and he's an old friend of mine from the '90s. Like I came up in that MTV era. So I'm like, a lot of my friends were musicians back then, and we're playing on that channel, and that's why we got Dinosaur. We had Jay Mascis for one. We did Swami John Reese, like back. My friends from Rocket from the Crypt, they used to crash in my house back in the day. So it's just
man,
like that.
that's a name I
That
haven't heard in a minute, like
right, but that's the stuff, right? Like you want to mix. I mean, clearly I'm grabbing from my genre of music, and then every once in a while we'll have like, oh, you should do Return to Dust, and you're like, I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, this is Slash's son's new band, and they sound like a version of Alice in Chains, and you bring them in, and they're all like 18, 19 years old, and they just destroy it. You're like, yes, like I'm discovering new music through this show. This is awesome.
that's
Yeah, it's the best.
that's super cool. And it's cool. Like I assume you and I are probably pretty comparable in age. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm 50.
I'm 49. So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So like that era, the kids, I talk to my kids and they're like, man, the 90s were the best era of
Yeah.
music. I'm
My
like,
16-year-old loves the '90s. Yeah.
I
We're
think it
both
was
listening to Deftones. We're both fans of the Deftones. We're like bonding over it. It's
that's
crazy.
our family band.
Yeah.
Literally. They go on
Yeah.
tour and we're like, okay, let's go
Yeah.
see
Same.
Deftones.
We'll see
Like,
you there. How sick is that though? Like I mean, that's a dream come true for me. Like, because there was so much crap music when they were kids that was just kind of like you were kind of, and I was happy that they were listening to music, but they hadn't found like something. And then when she
Yeah.
landed on that, I was like, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's so,
we're
same
pretty
thing.
lucky.
Like always, like much like you, it's like music has always been like a huge part of my life. So as
Mm,
my kids got older, I was like, okay, you guys are going to go to concerts. If you
mm,
like it, we're going to keep going. If you don't, at least you gave it a shot.
yeah.
And like, so I live in Louisville. Louder Than Life
Okay.
is a week and a
Cool.
half away.
Hell yeah.
All the kids are like, okay, Deftones Saturday night. Like,
Oh, it's so fun, man.
all
Yeah.
right,
You're gonna have to tell me how that went. I'm super looking forward to that tour. I took my 16-year-old that Turnstile played like in Brooklyn. It was like kind of our first, like, I mean, I call it punk show because she was like literally under a bridge in Brooklyn with like all these, from 16 to 50, and then a full mosh pit broke out in front of her, and I'm like having to like protect her and her friend, but they were just like, yeah, that was the coolest experience ever. I was like, yeah, that's how we grew up.
yeah.
It's just fun. It's fun to see them experience that. So
It is, and it's really cool, I think, for me, and it sounds like for you too, to share that experience with them, like
yeah,
okay, it's going to get a little crazy, but we're going to have fun. It's
yeah,
literally my daughter's first metal show was Max and Igor doing the Return to Roots.
cool,
She
amazing.
walked in and everyone was like, "Oh, you're the coolest kid ever." I mean, she's like 9 or whatever, and she
Yeah,
goes, "They don't think I'm weird." I'm like, "No, they
yeah,
they don't, because
no,
we don't care. We're here for the
no,
music." Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
yeah,
I know we're the fact that our kids are into some of the same music we're into, we're so lucky. I mean,
yeah,
it's a fun thing to share for sure.
for sure.
Um, yeah, and so I'm very yeah, I don't know where we want to take this, but
Well,
I think we're nailing it.
I do. This is a fun conversation for
Yeah,
sure. So,
for me too.
who, what artist do you want? Like, you could pick anyone right now today to come and play on Cardboard Sessions. Who would that be?
Wow, that's a really good question. I mean, I would have Chino play in a second. Like, I mean, he's got so many cool projects, and he's friends of friends of ours. So I would like to see him come through and play something at some point. Um, I, man, I would love to have the Idols play just because I think they'd be interesting. I'm a huge fan right now, and I just like everything that they're doing. Um, Viagra Boys as well. Like I'm a huge Viagra Boys fan. Queens of the Stone Age, obviously, but those guys are so hardened, and sometimes it's hard to get these guys because
Yeah,
it is that things are it looks different. Where some people don't really take it that seriously until they actually come in and play it like the Dandies, and they were like, oh, this was like they thought it was awesome, like this was so much fun, it just made them think a little bit different, and everything sounded great, and they got to play in a studio in LA in the Paramount studio, and that's kind of the hope is that we're able to grow the whole experience, that it's not so much. I think when you hear cardboard guitars or it's like cheap or kind of not real. And it's supposed to be quirky, but it's actually just that's what they're made of. So I just called it that for the internet to be like, okay, it's not a tiny desk, it's not KEXP, it's kind of like these cardboard sessions, all the instruments are made of cardboard. Um,
I
but
you know I,
yeah,
I love that. I love that name though, because I
yeah,
think if you're scrolling like on YouTube and it pops up, you're like, oh, what is this? Are they
yeah,
talking boxes? And like you see the little thumbnail, and you're like, that's a band playing. What the hell?
yeah, yeah. And we want like, to your point of like artists, like I grew up on punk and metal but I also grew up on 90s hip hop, and I come from skateboarding and snowboarding. So my genres are wide, I love jazz and I like all sorts of stuff. So, when I go for a run or I go do like things that are tough, I'll probably be listening to metal, but like I really like everything. And, so I start looking at the different types of artists that could potentially play. And we have like, the bass, we have a keyboard Wurlitzer that we made out of cardboard, the whole body and everything, not the keys or the components, obviously, but just kind of the whole look of it. So it kind of fits the band. And you start to think about piano players and like, could you get somebody like Lady Gaga to play it? Or, like all of these, like there's always like she has like some kind of like punk roots in there. Like you clearly, like she's like a, NYU student,
Well,
she's I remember seeing her on stage, not in person, but like in content before she was this big, lady, this big pop star, like stage diving at her own shows and singing on top of the crowd, like
yeah.
she's definitely got a vibe. Um,
Can we get
and I
the
also
roots on there? Like, I want to
yeah,
see the
I would
roots.
love to. The Roots have been at the top of the list for so long. We just can't quite figure out how to get them. And I think we've gotten as far as reaching out to Quest, but it's maybe not the right person that's reached out. I mean, I want Jason Isbell. I'm a big Isbell fan from the Americana side, mainly through my partner here, but she's from Tennessee. But yeah, I wasn't a huge like that genre until, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. But like Sierra Farrell, also an awesome Americana artist. We were trying to connect with her. Um, yeah, I mean the range is endless, Uh,
Let listen,
what's the oh
we're gonna focus on the roots, dude. Like we've
Yeah,
got to
the
make
root.
the roots happen this
If we
year.
can make the roots happen, yeah, let's do that. That's actually a really good idea. I appreciate you for putting me on a track because I get very excited and I want to try um so many
Everything.
things. But I will focus on the roots and see if I can make that happen. The other one that's super cool is what I'm gonna say it wrong, but is it Domi and JD Beck? Do you know those two?
I don't,
They're like a young jazz duo. Like you got to look them up. They're pretty cool. We've been trying to
for
get them as
sure.
well. So
Oh, you know what?
yeah,
Orange 9 millimeter.
that'd be sick. Yeah. Do you know
Uh,
them?
yeah.
Let's go.
I th-
Let's get
when
them.
we get off here, I'll reach out and be like, hey,
Okay.
dude,
Let's do it. That'd be so good to do that. Yeah. That'd be a
that'd be
fun one.
cool because they just put a new single out. They've got a new drummer. Like their new drummer is Chris Enriquez from Spotlights and On the Might of Princes and Light
Cool.
Tower. Dude, he's in like 70 different like projects. Crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. He's like Joey C a little bit. Yeah, he just plays in fucking badass bands, I'm sure.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that's
That
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, different bands. Now we have this acoustic, kind of this jazz acoustic coming, so that opens up some different style of artists. It's more like a almost like a hollow body Gretsch than an actual acoustic, but it has
okay.
a humbucker like pickup in it, so thing screams. But I think that will open up like a lot of different artists as well, just in the sense that, some people aren't Strat players, aren't Telly players and sometimes they're Gibson or other guitars, but this one is sort of because it's made by Echo Park and it kind of sits in a space all its own. That if you were sponsored by any other guitar company, you could be like, oh, I'll play that one. Like no one's
Yeah.
gonna say anything if I play that.
That
Um,
that would be super cool. Like, so
yeah,
have you guys thought about doing like a Les Paul style or a SG style?
definitely SG style. When we were working with Billy Gibbons, he was kind of interested in seeing if we could do something with Gibson with him because I think he's one of the only artists, if not the only artist, sponsored by Gibson and Fender. Just that's like kind of a weird fact. Um, but yeah, it just takes so much time to get in the right these days. Like Fender did us a huge solid back in the day by just letting us kind of play and allowing that play to become something. Now it's more like it exists, and so you kind of got to go through the front door, and it takes a little time sometimes to get people to, make time for you or have the marketing department understand what it really is and get things moving. But it's starting to actually. We heard that maybe Taylor wants to make a real, kind of a standard acoustic with us. That'd be awesome if that's true.
Yeah.
So, um,
They
I
got
mean, my
they,
goal,
I
yeah, go
was
ahead.
gonna say Taylor's got great quality too. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah.
hell
And like
yeah.
honestly, my goal is just to, if everybody's happy and it's working, it'd be cool to let it continue on. And it started off very much like it's sponsored by this cardboard company, which it still is. But you could see like we could build out its own YouTube channel and basically I think we're at like 30 something sessions right now. But if we wanted to, you could see it like actually building out and building out to a point where it would just be pretty straightforward. We could get new artists to come in. I do like the different studio locations. I think that's really interesting for at least for me because I love, seeing where there's always a magic to like some
The
studio,
behind the
like
scenes
the
shit is always
yeah,
super cool too.
yeah,
Like that was one of the things like when Dave Grohl did the Sound City reels, like I thought that
yeah.
was such a cool like concept.
I
Like
love that too.
you
Yeah,
you go and you get to play with different people and you know you're kind of in that theme. You're playing in
yeah,
different studios with I assume different engineers for the
yeah.
sessions and different musicians. So
You're
uh,
building on that energy.
that is
Yeah.
exactly it, you know?
Yeah, I
And
like that. I really liked that too from that series. That was definitely inspirational. Um, yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna, right now I think I'm trying right now to get this session by the end of September with SG Goodman, who's like an Americana girl, woman, that's got a new album out. And yeah, I mean, we got a lot of invitations out there, but I'm gonna make this Roots one happen.
hell yeah,
Just for
dude.
you.
I
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna do everything in my power to like help push your way. Like, come on, you
Thank
guys
you.
gotta do this. That would be I
Thank
gotta
you.
know.
Yeah.
Hey, someone knows the roots. You guys like help us out
Yeah.
here. Let's make this shit
Yeah.
happen. Like,
Exactly. Somebody out there will DM us and be like, "Hey, here you go. Here's who you need
yeah.
to talk to."
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I'll be
Cool.
honest, I would love to see Deftones on there too. Like we'll get Frank
Yeah.
on a cardboard turntable, fucking
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. You don't have to have, not everything has to be cardboard. The turntables could be real, but like you stage everything around the cardboard and it looks really cool. The what's cool too is like the drummers, all the different drummers that have played, um, I've really enjoyed the drums. Like and they always usually have like the floor the kick drum is like 26 inch. It's like massive. So it's got this real like kind of big Bonham style like feel to it, like old Ludwig style. And then a lot of people like the floor tom. And interestingly enough, like in the construction and both the guitars and the drums, like if you think about your cardboard boxes and if you've ever peeled the like surface paper and you see the flutes,
yep.
the music, like the sound travels through those flutes, so or gets kind of trapped in them. And in the drums, the flutes are sitting vertical. So like when you hit a drum, it's like the air kind of hits the bottom skin and then comes back up through, and it's just got this real resonance to it. And yeah, I we did not expect that to happen, and people really have enjoyed that when they're playing them. We've had almost every studio has recorded a sample of those drums. Like they like to keep samples in case they want to do like a little, um, I don't know, if they want to pull it up and create a beat with it or something.
Yeah, here's a different sound. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guitars too have a little bit of an interesting resonance, just the way the sound moves through those flutes in the body. Because even though we do use resin to kind of hold it together, the flutes themselves are not clogged
They're
in the
still open.
body.
Yeah.
They are in the they are. We did fill them in the
The
necks
neck. Yeah.
in the second generation. The first generation didn't have that, and they were just like you would bend a string and you could get your finger caught in like it'd be like like, and it was cool and like added to the mystique, but it also created a softer neck, and we're constantly having to like set it with the truss rod and stuff. Whereas when we made them more solid, then they just last, and they just hold up more. So
How hard is it
kind
for
of,
them to travel?
I mean. Not too hard. I mean, we do worry about them just because they are kind of one-on-ones. We have a couple. we have a couple guitars, we have two sets of drums, but like anything happens to them, it's kind of like, oh, we got to remake something, and that's not easy. So we protect everything's really well protected. We keep everything in a safe in safe spaces and stuff when they're in storage before other sessions. But yeah, they're they're not wood guitars, like
Right.
they are for sure cardboard guitars. If you left them out, they got rained on or whatever, mess them up pretty good. I'm guessing. But they're also, quite resilient. Like when you watch Rain Wolf and Brad Wilks, he does that mic slide with the guitar and just
Yeah.
a little piece of cardboard goes flying off the neck, which I love. It's the most sm it's so small, but I love that it's his little signature divot in the neck. You wouldn't even notice it unless I pointed it out. But that's the point. Like if, on a wood neck, just scratch it. On a cardboard neck, you might knock a little piece of cardboard off of it. So it's definitely they are what they seem in some ways.
Hell yeah. That sounds really cool. I mean, and this sounds crazy. And if you do this, like I gotta be there for at least a couple of sessions. But how cool would it be to like have a cardboard like set to go around to these big festivals and just
I
have a
agree.
band come
Yeah.
out and fucking do something?
I agree. I like we've talked about that, like almost like a cardboard geodesic dome, like studio. Because
Yeah.
you can imagine, like we could build that, like or a yurt, like kind of almost like its own like music studio yurt made out of cardboard, and you just be like, whoa, and it could open up so that the band would be on inside the yurt or the geodesic dome, but the all the fans or all the anybody watching could be on the outside. That would be super cool. It's something we've talked about. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but
Well,
definitely put it out
someone
there.
called Danny Wimmer, like,
Yeah,
Danny, you're doing
yeah,
all the big festivals. Like, let's make this
yeah,
happen. Come on.
yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah, have a cardboard stage, basically the side stage at these festivals. Be this. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, dude. Could you imagine like the collaborations you could get? Like there's so
Yeah.
many different artists that want to do stuff and can just never find the time. It's like, here's your time.
Well, and the other side of it too, I mean, every once in a while, like I said, the whole band can come. That's cool, like the Dandies. But also, you could get artists that be like, I love that we're at a festival. I've always wanted to, I want to play drums for this guy, I want to play, and they come over and they just jam, and you pick it up and people get to experience like different artists. Like, what would it sound like with, theater on the drums for, you know, pick your band, or pick your singer. So I like that stuff that keeps people interested or like, oh, that's
It's
different,
it's
you know?
fresh, it's
Yeah,
fresh. It makes people like you're saying, it kind of challenges them to think a different way, which
yeah,
is it, I mean, you and I feel like are on the same like wavelength when
yeah,
it's like I don't want to think traditionally. If I have
yeah.
an idea and I think it's a good idea, I'm gonna attack it.
Right, right.
Like,
Yeah, exactly like your podcast. Like you had this idea and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. There's a lot of people out there that talk about doing a podcast, they don't do it.
yeah,
Um, and it just takes work. You guys gotta make it happen.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
man.
have you thought about like taking these recordings and putting out like I don't know, digitally or even like a small run vinyl or something and just saying, hey, this is what we did?
Yeah, we have. It's kind of interesting because, we have some like masters of some original, like the Billy Gibbons, Matt Sorum one is like a master of an original song that he made because about this cardboard guitar, because all the ZZ Top stuff he sold, right? Like, so he can't really play it, and or we would for
Have to pay
us because
royalties and
it'd
shit.
have to be
Yeah.
royalties on it. So he's like, I'll just make something. And if you go back like and listen to that riff that he created for that song, it's so crazy. Like I listen to that sometimes, like that's maybe the coolest ZZ Top riff. Like if you're a fan of ZZ Top and you haven't seen this episode, go watch it and just focus on that riff he creates because he basically made that in front of us, and we were just all I'm jaw dropped like in awe because I mean I grew up as my dad was super into ZZ Top. I was like a huge I'm from that era, so like the ZZ Top videos on MTV when we were young were like the biggest things. I thought they were the coolest things in the world. But I actually have a keychain from him with the ZZ Top logo. It's my like prized possession.
That's dope.
Um,
Dude, and they
yeah,
always had the best cars too, like in those
yeah,
videos.
totally.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, like that stuff just blows my mind, but I don't, it's once you start putting out the music, you need different releases, and we didn't really start off really as like this wasn't a professional scenario where I was like, I have a whole production company behind me and we did it all kind of legit. We just kind of run and gunned it. And all the artists like jumped on board and thought it was cool and signed these little waivers and stuff. But we also were just like, well, let's just do this for now. And then if maybe becomes something bigger, we can go back and talk to them because a lot of them are friends or friendly and we could try to put it out. But I think it would be cool for like a Spotify playlist or, vinyl would be awesome. Like a best of. Yeah, it's a great idea. And
yeah,
yeah, that'd be a cool idea for sure.
I got
I
a
mean, we could
record
even
label.
just,
Let's fucking do it.
yeah, all right, sick. Yeah, that would be good. That's a good idea, actually. I like that one.
Yeah. Like, and I always think about, when you hit a level of success, it doesn't matter how much money you make. So it's like, oh, well, if we coupled, like, oh, the Billy Gibbons, right? And we did a
Mm,
7 inch with it and put it out, and all this money is going to this fucking charity,
mm.
like,
That's a great idea. Yeah, like, yeah, that's perfect. That's what I would love to see that happen. That would be ideal.
fuck
Same with
yeah.
the Dandies. Like we could call them and get like one of the I asked them, I think on the second there was two recordings, two episodes from the Dandies, and the second one I said, hey, could you just play me like a droney like end to one of your songs for like 10 minutes? And they're like, oh, we got that all day long. And so that like song is so sick because it's like they just took it in this droney like instrumental ending that's never going to be on any other recording.
Right.
Right. So if we could put that out as like a 10-minute long, single, it'd be so cool.
That would be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
That's, that what you're doing is, I'll say it again. It's like, it's so innovative.
Mm.
I'm sure that a lot of people have thought, oh man, I wonder if we could do something like this. And here you are like attacking it and
Thank
crushing
you.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
that's,
yeah, it's cool to hear it back because I don't know. I think like when I'm in there sometimes I'm like, is anybody, like, of course. You'll get Marcus King is doing really well and has like almost 1 million views on one of his songs, but some of them get like 4,000 views, and you're sort of like, oh man, I wish this one got a little more. But then they're sort of all creeping up slowly, so you never know when like it kind of hits that space. I mean, we've all been in a world where one thing goes viral and then you see it lift everything up a little bit.
yeah,
Um, and that again, to your point, like it's for me, it's not about the money. It's really about the creativity and the idea of like, for the songs to be able to produce potentially money for charities and stuff. Man, that's what it's all about. So that's a cool idea.
yeah.
Maybe some,
Like
maybe,
anything, if you could do something fun and help something out,
yeah,
like that is,
that's the win-win. Yeah, the best thing you can.
that,
Yeah, it's the best feeling.
that's what we all
So
want from life. We want to enjoy what
yeah.
we do and help. So like, fuck it. Let's,
100%.
whatever
Yeah,
I
we'll,
can do
we'll
to
we'll
help,
stay in
dude.
touch. We'll stay in
Yeah.
touch. Yeah, I want to talk more. Yeah, we got to put something out and we got to get the roots. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. God. All right. On the roots. I'm fucking like, I'm racking my
you
brain.
got it now. Yeah.
Like,
I'm here in New York too, so like I should be able to like if there's a connect out there, I am in the same town. Um but I'll actually try again. We've had surface connections try to reach out. But now that we've had more, this was maybe early on too. So now that we've had more, success with it, maybe we can get them to come around.
yeah, sometimes it's all it takes, a little time.
Yeah, we're also looking to go to Nashville for like a week. We got a couple of artists that want to play out there. So we might do like a two session, pop up for Nashville in October, November. And then yeah, I have no idea what's on the plan for 2026, but we'll come up with something cool.
I'm gonna start sending you ideas. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, please
Jesus,
do.
leave me the
I
fuck
like it.
alone. Stop. Like,
Ah, man, send them over.
we'll get Mastodon to come and do.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Mastodon would be good. Man, there's so many. Uh, when people ask me, I just get like almost like overloaded because I just think of all the bands I'd love to see come through. Uh, but yeah,
Everything starts firing, and you're like, I
yeah,
could have everyone. Let's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm just basically everything I'm listening to every day. I'm like, oh, that'd be a good one.
yeah,
I want to hear. Spoon just released two songs. I want Spoon on Cardboard Sessions. That'd be sick.
dude.
I'd love to have Britain here.
Do you know who Howling Giant is?
No,
Uh, they're, I'm gonna tell you, they are fantastic musicians. They've got a
awesome,
new album coming out, I think, on Magnetic Eye here in like a month and a half. I think it's at the
cool.
end of October. So they're Nashville based, and
I'll check it out.
it's kind of like stoner. I want to say stoner, like rock and roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see
Someone
that
told me
face
about this band actually. I just heard about this band maybe a month ago and I forgot what the name was, but as soon as you said Stoner Rock from Nashville, I was like, somebody just told me about this band. Um,
there.
yeah, I'm a huge like anything Doom or Stoner, I'm all
Oh,
about it.
dude,
Give it to
okay.
me.
I've got another one. You got to, God, Flop
Yeah,
out of
yeah. Oh,
Lexington. They've just put it, actually just put a new album out on my label,
oh,
um,
sick. Yeah.
SSRI, and they're like a grunge slash doom. Um, dude.
Yeah, we should talk. I also like that band from Massachusetts, Elder, a
Oh,
lot. So that'd be a sick one just
hold
because they're
on.
mathy.
We're not talking about the same elder.
I don't know.
So
Massachusetts,
the elder I know is, are they German, I think?
maybe
Just toured with Tool.
yeah, that I thought they were from Massachusetts.
No.
They're from where they living in Mass?
Now I think they're from Germany, dude.
Maybe I'm just totally wrong. I thought
Hold
they were a
on.
Massachusetts band.
I gotta look because now I'm like, oh shit, am I wrong? Like,
I want to look too. I'm like, we can edit this out. So we both
no,
look
we're gonna leave it in here.
band.
Oh,
We're
no, you're
from.
absolutely right. You nailed it. They're from
All right.
Massachusetts. Um,
Yeah, I was originally born there, so I remember reading something in a magazine a long, long time ago when I got into it. I was like, oh shit, they're massholes. Fuck yeah. And I when Tool came to New York, I went and saw them at Madison Square Garden just to basically catch. I mean, I love Tool, but like I was really excited to
you
see
want to see
Elder.
Elder? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that so I was thinking Germany because maybe they're living in Germany or one of them's living in Germany. I just had
probably.
them
I
on a
think you
couple
might
months
be
ago.
right about that, actually. I think one of them might have gone to school over there or something, and there was some like weird thing with someone in Europe.
Yeah,
It's
I think
interesting.
it's Nick because he produced an album for a band called Fire Down Below, which are they're they're from Belgium, but they do a like a desert rock, dude, that is they're just fantastic.
I've seen that band come up, and I have never listened to them. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, they God, this one of the songs that really stick out to me is California. Like that one is
Yeah,
catchy and
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
We got a lot of, we definitely have some, we're definitely similar in music taste, that's for sure.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, I mean, to be honest, like that's kind of to keep it short and sweet for people. Like that's kind of what we're doing. You know, uh, encourage anyone to check it out and also leave feedback. Leave like put comments in there to bands to play or reach out because we are um it is very DIY. Like the whole like there's no huge production company or anything. It's just basically me and all my friends running around chasing these bands, into studios
Yeah.
and then
I
filming it all. It really is. If you saw the crew, you're like, oh, this is like basically all Dave's friends.
That's dude, that's
Uh,
what you want though. Like that's
yeah,
the whole
it's
point. in my mind, that's
It's
the
the
whole point of
best.
life. Yeah,
It's
you
the
want to.
best when the band comes through, it cracks me up every time. Like it doesn't matter if it's Courtney from Dandy's or Keanu, they're always like, "You guys are so chill." And I'm like, it's not really, we're not really like a professional crew. We're just like a bunch of like, super fans of music and skateboarders and snowboarders just stoked to be, doing this thing. So yeah, I think a lot of people come. Sometimes managers come in and they think it's going to be this whole like Netflix, Apple TV type of feel, and it's like, oh no, these guys are just like, I mean, we're everything's shot on red and super professional. Like we are like 100% professional when we go in there. We look like a film crew. We look like we know what we're doing. We've been doing it a long time, but we just try to like yeah, keep that level at the right level so that the band is like, yeah, th this was fun. Sometimes it's the
Comfortable.
fun, yeah, sometimes it's the exactly, and then you get the best out of them. Like we've had people say before they get there, their managers will be like, they have 1 hour or 2 hours, and then they come like, oh, no, we're good, They stay for like 4 or 5 hours and just
Yeah,
jam, and like, yeah, that's what we want. So
that is exactly the vibe. Like I think when anyone goes into a studio or plays music, like that's what they
yeah,
want. They don't want to say, okay, I have this amount of time, so we have to stop here. It's like, well, let's get in and have some fun
yeah,
and enjoy it. And I think it
yeah.
really comes across in what you guys have put out so far, which, frankly, I hope everyone out there starts like watching because
Cool.
I feel like you have something for everyone in there.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the goal
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
So
Or-
yeah, you got to let me know. Let me know when you
Yeah,
guys go to Nashville. I'm not far
yeah, for sure.
away. Like,
Stay in touch. Yeah, for sure. Stay in touch. And yeah, definitely like Orange 9 millimeter, probably a good connect there. Maybe some vinyl down the road. Never know. But like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we're up to. I would just say like, because this is like an awesome opportunity for me to just thank, the Ernest guys, the packaging company and Mike who Martinez who helps us build all the parts. I mean, without them, these guitars wouldn't exist. So that's super helpful. And those guys have been nothing but supportive of this vision. That's always nice.
oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah, it keeps the the budget in play too for the artists, which is also very special. We try to always have something for them, so it's not just a freebie or they're doing us a favor. We always want to support the artists too. So I've always felt really good about that. I mean, we're not like the huge players, but we always have something for them, and that makes
got
me
to be
happy.
artist friendly, right? Because
Yep.
without them, we're not going to have the music, and
Right.
that's
Right.
like,
And they can't just do it for free, man. They
right.
they they put everything into it too. So, um, yeah, it's been a good run. I'm excited about it.
Hell yeah, I can't wait to see the roots. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, well, yeah, let's just put it out there like it's already happening. That's the best thing to do,
that
and
it
then it
is,
will
dude.
happen.
It's
It
all
is. That's
about
how that's how,
energy
that's how the world works. Exactly. We
for
just need to
sure.
manifest it.
Hell yeah.
Right on, man.
All right, Dave, I know you've got things to
Tom.
do. I appreciate you
Yeah.
more than you know. I've had a great
Dude, this was
time.
awesome. Yeah, me too. I was t completely pleasantly surprised. This has been fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. And you got a
just
rat
chill.
office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, we'll keep in touch. Anything I can do to help, don't hesitate. I will happily like help facilitate anything I can.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Have a great night, man.
You too.